Welcome to the channel, guys. It's your boy Till here, and we are back on this NBA 2K22. And hey, I found inspiration in that man Draymond Green and trying to recreate a build like his. Now, go ahead and give you a disclaimer. A lot of us are going to disagree on how this build should be made up. One, because the idea of who Draymond Green is as a player. For me, right, I believe Draymond is a very good switch defender. So he can play in the interior. He can also guard the perimeter very well, which is what makes him special as an elite defender. Another thing is that he also has the speed to keep up laterally on the perimeter with a lot of wings and guards. Now, one thing in NBA 2K that you and I both know is that we cannot have both strength and speed. Lateral quickness is tied to speed and acceleration, or a combination of the two in this game, so we have to be very careful with that. So before getting into this build, I just wanted to go ahead and preface that we may have two fundamental differences, but overall, this build is an inspiration on that man Draymond Green and his play style and how you can reenact it within NBA 2K22. So it's that time we go ahead and get into it. Now, I know you see the position is at small forward. The reason is because power forwards cannot get the 6'6" height. I know Draymond is a small big, but with that, we're gonna just go 6'7" with this at the small forward position, because the main thing we want is the ability to switch on guards. A lot of these guards are gonna be running around with 90+ speed with ball, 90+ speed overall, and we wanna make sure we're okay in order to compete with that. So now that we're getting into the physical settings of this build, we're gonna go 6'7". We're also gonna drop the weight to 181. And I know a lot of people may disagree with this because they believe Draymond is a lot heavier. Obviously, I understand that. But the main thing you wanna pay attention to are the physicals. We are trying to keep up with our matchup. That is the focus for this video. You wanna be able to guard your matchup one-on-one if you get switched off on a good wing or a good ball handler. We're gonna go with the built body type just because he takes up a lot of space. All right, so now we're into the good stuff here. 6'7", 181 with a 7'3" wingspan. And now we're gonna go ahead and start filling out this player as we should. We're gonna start off with the physicals. And I know this is different for a lot of people. I always like to make sure you guys know, specifically on my channel, is that speed is like a badge in itself. Being able to get from one end of the floor to the other in no time flat is going to change the game of how you affect the game, whether that's transition, defense, or whatever the case may be. So you got to have that. Next thing we're going to do is get our vertical to 80, stamina 89, 90. We can keep it at either one of those, just depends on what you want to do. And we're going to stop the strength at 45, because at 46, I mean, it is what it is, but we're going to keep it there for now. Now let's go ahead and get to our defense. Perimeter defense, max that out. Still rating, we're gonna get that up to an 84. What that'll allow us to get are a few important badges: interceptor on gold and also ball stripper, pause. We're gonna get those two where we need to get it. And then also, you see we already have Hall of Fame clamps and menace available to us. So that's gonna be two huge badges we can use going into this one. Now, when it comes to the block rating, I am looking over at my notes real quick because I want to make sure I'm accurate for you guys, right? Get that block rating to an 83. The important thing with this, right? We got gold intimidator, and it seems to be this year intimidator is much better with contests, but also perimeter defense and interior defense actually helps with your ability to contest shots, whether that's inside the paint or on the perimeter. Defensive and offensive rebound, we're gonna get this up to an 86. From there, we should be sitting pretty with that, and we're gonna max out our interior defense. This is what I believe is gonna make this build feel like Draymond Green, because this year, it seems like if you do have interior defense, and for those of you that do have interior defense, you already noticed the difference. You got block rating and this rating here, hey, you're shutting stuff down in the paint, and it's really a good look overall. Now, getting into the playmaking side of things, we're gonna give him an 82 ball handle. Now, a lot of people may disagree because they feel like he doesn't have a bag like that, but this is an inspiration. So for you, you're gonna have a bag in your hands. With this, pass accuracy, 85. This allows us to get that bullet passer on gold, which is a good look. We're right at the threshold, and you're going to be able to make those crispy passes, especially having break starter available to you on Hall of Fame, and of course special delivery and needle threader. So we're at a good position with that. max out our speed with ball, and you only get silver quick first step, but it is what it is with this because you also get gold triple threat juke, and this is a sleeper badge for those bigs out there that are going to be working out of ISO situations. Hey, once you get it, work your triple threat move, you're going to get an explosion with this badge in itself, so make sure to try it when you're testing this build out. So now we're on to the finishing, and we're going to get the driving dunk up to 87. What does this unlock? All pro contact dunk animations. You're also going to get a lot of special dunk packages if you create your own dunk style. So with this, you're going to have most of the contact dunks outside of the crazy Hall of Fame dunk animation. So you're still going to get pro contact dunks. So be aware of this. You're going to get pro contact lobs and dunks. Driving layup, we're going to get this right up to an 80 for now. So now we're going to max out our 3-point shot. We want to get our mid-range shot up to 78. Now it's at a good place because this is an inspiration on Draymond, not necessarily a one-to-one with him, but we're reenacting him because now we have the ability to play make, also can knock down a 3 a little bit better than he does, obviously, and then of course you get pro contact finishing around the board with this build. So now we're in a good place with this at 98 overall. Let's get our free throw up. Let's see what we can get it to. So we can get it up to pretty much 76 or even higher. So what we're gonna do is stop it at 73 for now, and let's see what else we can add to this. So what we're gonna do is go down to defensive and rebounding. We're gonna add 1 to offensive rebound here. So now that gives us that 28th defensive badge point. And from there, we can honestly just max out our free throw and get it up to 81 because Draymond is a consistent free throw shooter. So this puts you in a category of being a reliable on-ball handler for your team if you're in a 5v5 scenario. You're also going to be able to be a great switch defender. And a lot of people don't think that's the case with this build, but it has the interior defense to prove so. Now, are you going to be able to go against a 7'3" build and guard it? No. But if that 7'3" build catches it anywhere around the perimeter, around the elbows, and not next to the block, hey, this is going to cause problems for it because it has menace and clamps with that. So I'm just letting you know that you're still going to be able to do your thing with this build overall, especially having the badge layout that we have. So you see with 16, 22, 25, and 28. And yes, I am aware if you lower the interior defense and also the speed and strength, you're going to get a lot more badges. But the main thing is the effectiveness of this build. That's what I want you to point to. The effectiveness of this is going to be much greater than you anticipate. So now I feel like we're at a good spot with this. We're going to go ahead and go into the takeovers now. And one thing you're going to notice is that even at the small forward position, we get playmaking takeover. And this is where I believe the Draymond effect comes into play. Because now as a small forward, you can run team ratings boost, and then also you can run a lock take, and that's just going to make you more effective overall. Rather that's extreme clamps just in case somebody does try to drive on you as a perimeter defender, or you can just do enhanced jump shot contests whenever you are trying to get those late contests on guys taking wild shots on you. But we'll go with extreme clamps because Draymond has that stonewall ability that he has. Go ahead and complete this build. And you get that two-way pass first wing. Shades of Mikal Bridges, Jimmy Butler, and Scottie Pippen. And like I said, guys, I truly believe that this is an inspiration of Draymond Green, just because if you look at how he plays in the league and go and find his highlights, he's a very impressive switch defender. I don't have to tell you that, but the guy's all NBA first defensive team, man. And hey, I'm impressed by it. He's more than just an interior guy. And with that, man, I feel like you can do some amazing things with this build if you want to yourself. But outside of that, my people, if you enjoyed this video, and hey, tell me what you think of this build yourself. Make sure to like, subscribe, turn on those notifications, man, because we are on the road to 100K on the channel. And I wanted to make sure I get these build videos out to you guys before we get into the nitty-gritty of the fall with really getting competitive with Pro-Am, Park, and any other content we got coming to the channel. I appreciate you, and I'll see you in the next one.
I look like stressing, I be finessing, dolo in my section, built like a blessing. I look like stressing, I be finessing, got my muscle flexing.